Good to see you. Good evening. I'd like to call to order a special meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals on Wednesday, June 4th at 7:30 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Green?
Present.
Mr. Nestorovich?
Present.
Mr. Perry is absent. Mr. Clift?
Present.
Mr. Watts?
Here.
Mr. Assessor?
Present.
Mr. Lindsay is not present. Mr. Jersey's present. Chairman Safaya?
Present. Can we get a motion to excuse?
Motion to excuse the absent members.
Support.
We have a motion by Mr. Assessor, support by Mr. Watts, to approve the absences. All in favor?
Aye.
They've been excused. This brings us to the adoption of the agenda tonight.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the agenda as written.
Support.
We have a motion by Secretary Jersey, support by Mr. Nestorovich to adopt the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
The agenda has been adopted. Item 5, approval of the minutes. There are none tonight. This brings us right in. We're first going to call items 6 through 9.
This is for items 6 through 9. Applicant Baker and Associates Realty Group LLC, Representative Faye Baker. This is regarding items 6 through 9 on the agenda in regards to properties at the following addresses: 7567 Packard, 7575 Packard, 7568 Hupp, and 7576 Hupp. Variance is requested permission to, on those properties, construct a single-family residence, 1 within a 30-foot rear setback, 2 within 35% lot coverage.
Good evening.
You called off how many properties?
Did the first
Okay.
4, then I'm gonna do the items 10 and 11 separate, and then the rest under a third separate motion, because there's different
Right.
variances regarding the those three different groupings.
Okay, no worries. Good evening. So I'm
Could you-
here.
Could you please start with your name?
Yes, Faye Baker,
Thank you. And your address?
8086 14 Mile Road, Warren, Michigan.
Thank you. Please
Yes.
tell us about your request.
So I'm requesting a variance to build single-family detached homes for sale on the south end of Warren. The lots are smaller lots, they're 40-foot wide lots, and to build homes that appeal to home buyers. I'm requesting the variance of a 30-foot rear setback and a 35% lot coverage. This will allow me to build a home that's about 1,267 square feet with 1-car attached garage, which will appeal to the modern home buyer. And also to waive the staggering 2-foot setback. I believe that should be on here as well. Oh, I
I don't think that one's on these first 4, ma'am. I think that's
Okay.
on the next grouping.
Okay. It should.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though, but.
It should have been on all of them, because, I mean, I know that none of the houses on the block are abiding by it, but it should definitely be on all of them.
See what's on the petition. Yeah. Okay, thank you for those comments. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item? Not seeing anyone, I close the public portion of the meeting and turn it over to the board for discussion.
Mr. Chair, Everett, if you could approach real quick. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good.
So this lady, Ms. Baker's saying that there's supposed to be a 2-foot staggering, but I'm not seeing it on items 6 through 9. I do see it on 10 and 11.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was actually, as soon as she mentioned that, I'm starting to look at her applications to see what was requested.
I'll give you some time. Go ahead, take your time.
So if for some reason it's not, they'd have to come back for that.
Okay.
And if it's on all the lots except for those 4, then it would just apply to those 4.
Go ahead, Ms. Pierce.
It is on the application, pertaining to all the
So-
different parcel numbers. Rear setback reduction, waiver of the 2-foot frontage staggering requirement, and then everything else that was requested.
Yeah. You know the person I'd have to ask, and he's not here tonight, right?
Correct.
And,
Yes.
But he will be back in the morning, and I will talk to him to see if that was an error or if there was a reason for that. I don't want to assume it was just an error yet. You know, he's done a lot of the research on it, and, you know, there may be a reason for that, so. But if not, since they requested on all but those 4, they would only have to ask for that on those 4.
So they'd have to come back for the 2-foot.
It has to be posted
They-
that way,
yeah.
right? So it depends on the way it was posted, but I'm sure it was posted exactly the way it was written here, so.
I gotta believe that
So we'll
to
do
be
that.
the
So
case too.
I will find out first thing in the morning, and we'll get in touch with Ms. Baker, and we can also let you guys know what we find too with
Okay.
Nicole.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair, I've got a question for Everett. Don't walk away. Just because what does that ordinance mean about staggering the front building line 2 feet from? I was trying to think in my neighborhood and looking at the ranches in my neighborhood. How are they staggered? Or are they not?
They're probably not. I can't think of a street that has that
A lot
either.
of them aren't, right? So, let me see, let's read the exact wording of it. The lot coverage, that's gonna be on the second. We should have the wording in there, but so many papers to get through. Without staggering, here we go. Okay, so each lot in the R1C district shall have a front yard of not less than 25 feet. Where residents are to be erected on adjacent lots, such building line shall be staggered at least 2 feet with no building line located closer to 25. So yeah, they're saying they don't want them all, you know, in one flat row, right? So they want stagger. I'm assuming that when they drew that up, they thought that it would be more pleasing at the time, so.
I know, I was just trying to think on my block, I was trying to think of,
Yeah, it's not new, it's not something that was added, at least in my time, right? So that's been there,
Yeah.
you know,
Even if it's,
a long time, so.
it's like 2 feet, if you were gonna do it, I mean,
Yeah.
2 feet, it would, from the street, you wouldn't really notice that anyway.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Cliff?
reading straight from the Munich Code of Ordinances referencing R1P. Damn, I had it a second ago. Each lot in R1P district should have a front yard not less than 25 feet in depth. It's the only thing it talks about in the front yard for R1P, which is what those 4 lots are zoned as. 10 and 11 are R1C. So are 12 through 24. I'm just saying in our Munich code, I'm looking right at it, it doesn't mention the staggering in an R1P district. I'll yield the floor.
All right, that's an important distinction, that
Oh, that's
Item six.
R1P, I didn't catch that.
6 through 9 at R1P. Thank you,
It's
Mr.
not a
Cliff.
requirement, that's a very good catch.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay,
You know, Steve is really good at this, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I would assume there was a reason before, I would assume he made a mistake.
So I'm guessing we don't, based off what Mr. Cliff read, doesn't
I don't
doesn't
believe
need
that
it.
the 2-foot stagger applies
Right.
in an R1C. It's up to the petitioner.
Or
If she
R1P,
wants to
right?
make
R1P.
sure.
R1P, and that would make sense why it's listed for the R1Cs, 10 through 11 and 12 through 24,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other comments
Mr. Chair,
from the board?
to
Mr. Watts?
Mr. Murphy.
Actually, real quick, before we get back to Mr. Murphy, I forgot to read the planning department's impact statement. Per the planning department, no issues were found to impact the abutting local or general public regarding this, all these items.
So that's the difference.
Mr. Watts, you have the floor.
In R1Cs, you do.
So to Mr. Murphy,
Some are P, some are C. Yes.
question I have on this is they're 40-foot lots. I thought everything was changed that it had to be built on a 60-foot lot.
No, so it says that lots that were platted prior to a certain date did
Okay.
not have to meet that requirement.
Okay,
Yep. So they did not have to meet that requirement.
fair enough. Thank you.
Any other comments from the board tonight?
So I guess the question to the applicant, are you confident with that description that we don't have to, repost for the
Yes.
2-foot? Okay.
Yes.
If nobody else has anything further to say on these first 4 items, I would like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to grant petitioner permission to construct a single-family residence, one with a 30-foot rear setback. Oops, I'm sorry. With a 30-foot rear setback, and 2 with 35% lot coverage due to the fact of the size and shapes of the lot, and it's not a detriment to the area.
Support.
We have a motion by Secretary Jersey, support by Mr. Cliff, to approve the item as read.
Mr. Jersey votes yes for the reasons stated in the motion. Mr. Clift?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Green?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Assessor?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Watts?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Nestorovich?
Yes, for reasons stated in the motion.
Chairman Safaya?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion. Requests 6 through 9 have been approved. This brings us to item 10 and 11.
Items 10 and 11, representative, is the same representative as the previous 4, Fay Baker. This is for items 10 and 11 regarding properties. Just have the page. Regarding properties 7504 Hupp and 7503 Packard. Variance is requested permission to construct a single-family residence, 1 with a 30-foot rear setback, 2 with a 15-foot side setback abutting a street, 3 without staggering front building line 2 feet from adjacent lots, 4 with 35% lot coverage.
Yes.
Good evening. Your name and address again for the record, please.
Fay Baker, 8086 14 Mile Road, Warren, Michigan.
Thank you. Please tell us about your additional requests here.
Same thing here. These are corner lots. They are abutting a side street. And we wanted to place houses on these lots, just like the other houses on the street and the neighboring blocks. It's required that in order to do that, we have to have some more generous setbacks on the side as well as the rear. This will allow us to also have an attached garage off the back to accommodate modern families and have a product that people will want to purchase.
Thank you for those comments. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item? Not seeing anyone, I close the public portion of the meeting and turn it over to the board for discussion.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Watts?
I have some questions. I really wanted to answer them on the first one, so didn't get to it. So, question is, what price range do you think these are gonna be in?
So we have 3 different models. We have a ranch style that has 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms. They're on a crawl with a single car attached garage, and that one, my goal is to get that to be around 224. We're trying to control costs because we want it to be affordable. That would essentially make it less than what people are paying for rent in the area. The house note would be less than what they're paying for rent.
Okay.
We have 2 colonials. One is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. It's about 1,600 square feet. 1,650 square feet. And that one, my goal is to get it to no more than 270. Again, it would be affordable. And then we have a larger one that would be market rate. That one would be actually 3 bedrooms. It could be a 4th bedroom on the main floor with 3 full bathrooms. And that one, we're looking at close to 295. Still being affordable, but for a larger family.
How long do you think it's gonna take to get all of these built?
Because we're doing modular, right now what we're doing is we're working with Champion Homes. We've already got all of our models, excuse me, all of our floor plans, and they're being submitted to the state for approval. That process takes about 6 weeks. Once that's done, it's pretty much, once the city can put us through their permitting process. And so I would say from start to finish, we should be complete by October.
They'll all be up by that time?
Well, the first phase, which is 9.
Okay.
So they should be up and sold. We already have 5 of them sold, which brings me back here because it seems more people like ranch style homes than colonials. Colonials, I really wouldn't need a variance because the footprint is smaller because we're doing 2 stories. But in order to do ranch style, we need to take up a little bit more of the lot. So we have more people that are interested in ranch style homes.
Okay, understood. So my next question is to Mr. Murphy, I guess, or maybe the city attorney. But we've seen projects over the years that get started and they don't get finished. What happens to these variances?
The variances are essentially forever. If they apply for a permit or plan review within 1 year, it's set. Now, if they don't apply for a permit within 1 year, the variance is actually, it's automatically rescinded,
Okay,
so.
fair enough. I hope that's not the case.
No,
With the
but
way
that
the
would
crazy
be-
economy is, you just never know.
No,
You know,
it
I
will
want it to
be.
be successful, so.
Yeah,
All right, very good. Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Cliff?
yeah, I'm remiss. There was a resident who had an interest in this project and they couldn't come tonight. I told them I'd ask the question kinda on their behalf. I'm just curious, and they brought up a good point. It piqued my curiosity too. If you got a standard, or if you got a requirement in place on who these homes can be sold to, I guess the crux of my question is, are these gonna be sold to owner-occupied folks, or are we selling them to investors to rent out?
No. So my company, we focus on financial literacy, home buyers education, self-sustainability. The reason why I purchased this property and wanted to put the houses is because I also have a nonprofit organization. And in my nonprofit organization, we focus on first-time home buyers, people who never thought homeownership would be possible. And so in doing that, we acquired the land and we are building specifically for homeowners, for families. And part of our process is that they come through us, through our nonprofit. We help them get down payment assistance. We help them with their credit if they require credit coaching. We help them, to understand their budget. We are also a resource for them even after they purchase the home. So our nonprofit is available to them if they were to ever run into a problem. Our goal is not just to sell you a home, we want you to sustain home ownership. So we put these services in place particularly for homeowners. I've been doing this for quite some time. Previously I used to rehab houses and sell them. I'd never sell to an investor. I believe in creating homeowners. I've been a landlord for quite some time, a lot of years, and even those houses, once they rent from me for a while, I sell them the house. I believe in helping people to create wealth, people who never thought it was possible. So to answer your question, the short answer is absolutely not. We do not sell to investors.
Is there a title restriction on the purchase to prevent that home from being put up for rent by the purchaser?
Yes, so this, part of the funds that we're getting is from the state, and they have to live in that home and occupy it as their primary property for at least 5 years.
Understood. Thank you for your in-depth explanation. That's
Absolutely.
fantastic work. Thank you.
Mhm.
I have one question. I know these are single-family homes that you're building. The rendering is beautiful. They're adorable. Are these homes, when completed, all 19, is there some type of, is it technically like a detached condo with some type of board, or there's,
No, these are all single-family detached homes. There is no condo association or anything like that. So these are just like any other home in that neighborhood.
okay, that was my only question. You have a very competitive price point. I think it's a great addition to the city. Any additional comments from the board?
If there's not, Mr. Chair, I'd love to make a motion.
Please do.
Reference items 10 and 11. I make the motion to grant permission to construct a single-family residence, number 1, with a 30-foot rear setback, number 2, with a 15-foot side setback abutting a street, number 3, without staggering front building line 2 feet from adjacent lots, and number 4, with 35% lot coverage, not a detriment to the area, size, and the shape of the lot.
Support.
And vision of the project requires it.
Support.
We have a motion by Mr. Cliff, support by Secretary Jersey to approve the request as presented.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Jersey votes yes for the reasons stated in the motion. Mr. Stovich?
Yes, for reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Assessor?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Green?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Watts?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Chairman Safaya?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion. Items 10 and 11 have been approved. This brings us to items 12 through 24.
Items 12 through 24 being represented by the previous representative, Fay Baker. This is for items 12 through 24 on the agenda regarding the following properties: 7512 Hupp, 7520 Hupp, 7528 Hupp, 7536 Hupp, 7544 Hupp, 7552 Hupp, 7560 Hupp, 7511 Packard, 7527 Packard, 7535 Packard, 7543 Packard, 7551 Packard, and 7559 Packard. Variance is requested permission to one, construct a single-family residence, 1, with a 30-foot rear setback, 2, without staggering front building line 2 feet from adjacent lots.
Number 3.
And 3, I'm sorry, and
Right
3 with 33% lot coverage.
35%.
35% lot coverage, my apologies.
Hello again.
Yes, Fay Baker, 8086 14 Mile Road, Warren, Michigan.
Thank you. Anything else you'd like to add about these requests?
Same as before, just need larger area to be able to build houses that the modern family would want to purchase and live in.
Thank you for those comments. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item? Not seeing anyone, I close the public portion of the meeting and turn it over to the board for discussion.
Mr. Chair, just really quickly, I just want to go on the record saying that I think this is an amazing project. I talked with somebody in the city, I think 4 or 5 years ago. I went to that area looking at a property that needed variances and kind of questioned about the property, like why is it just a field sitting in the middle of a neighborhood, just doing nothing? So I really appreciate your investment in the city, really appreciate what you're doing. It sounds phenomenal with your nonprofit and home startership program. I really think this is going to enhance that end of town and hopefully bring property values up to speed as well. So thank you, and hopefully this isn't the end of projects like this. You know, with the land bank, you know, that we started here in the city, and I think this is maybe a sign of good things to come, and it's refreshing to see, so thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just out of curiosity, on the parcel map, am I looking at this correctly? It appears that one of the parcels is to remain vacant.
No, we've already received the approval for those setbacks. We brought that back in May, so we did the one lot, and
That's-
so now we're doing the remaining 19.
Okay, that's parcel 13 we're talking about?
Correct.
Is that the location of the model home, or?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll have 3 models up, actually.
okay, that makes good sense. I have no further questions.
No other members have anything else to say or add? I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to grant the petitioner's request to construct a single-family residence, 1 with a 30-foot rear setback, 2 without staggering front building lines, 2 feet from adjacent lots, 3 with 35% lot coverage due to the fact of size and shapes of the lot, and it's not a detriment to the area.
Support.
We have a motion by Secretary Jersey, support by Mr. Assessor to approve the item as read.
Mr. Jersey votes yes for the reasons stated in the motion. Mr. Assessor?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Starovich?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Green?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Watts?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Clift?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion.
Chairman Safaya?
Yes, for the reasons stated in the motion. Your request has been approved for items 12 through 24.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
This brings us to item 25. Any new business?
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Green?
Yeah, I just want to thank the city attorney for taking the time this week to do a little bit of research on this particular item. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Any other new business? Motion to adjourn?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned 7:58.